Okay, hi everybody. We are the Jack's Pizza Community Garden team. I'm Autumn, and I am joined today by Grady, Sam, Max, and Colleen. So what do we do for our Sustainability Capstone Group project? We partnered with Jack's Pizza, a local small business, to help them in their efforts to establish a community garden in the town of Pittsfield, New Hampshire, where one of their 2 locations is. More specifically, we conducted research on existing community garden models on behalf of Jack's Pizza. Why was this important and necessary work? Pittsfield is a designated food desert and low-income community. Establishing a community garden there could help residents of Pittsfield afford and local fresh fruits and vegetables. It could also help to mitigate food insecurity in Pittsfield. What is a food desert and who do they disproportionately affect? A food desert is a community with little to no access to affordable, fresh, and nutritious foods. They're often marked by the absence of grocery stores and supermarkets and by the presence of fast food restaurants. Food deserts disproportionately affect communities of color and low-income communities, which are often one and the same.
So our methods included literature reviews to educate us and our client on the existing knowledge and recommendations of what was already out there, what's worked and failed for community garden models. Next, we conducted interviews with community garden specialists in New Hampshire who currently run and operate a community garden in New Hampshire. And we did this to receive feedback on specific aspects of the garden, aspects like community engagement and things that they had wished they had known before they started. And our third method was asset-based community development. And this is where we worked with Jack's to get feedback from the team to focus in on the community's strengths, in this case, Pittsfield. We use this method because we'd rather focus on the community's strengths rather than its weaknesses.
So our team researched different models for community gardens in order to provide Jack's Pizza with a plan that works best for them. Throughout our research, we considered factors such as distribution of produce, monetary incentive for Jack's Pizza, labor requirements, and administrative and operational characteristics. After some initial feedback, we narrowed our scope to 2 models. The urban farm model, which would be wholly operated by Jack's Pizza for the primary purpose of providing produce for their products, and also includes a set distribution plan for the remaining produce. And the community farm model, which would involve community members and treat the whole garden as a communal operation. Produce would then be distributed among contributing members under this model. And after further consulting with Jack's Pizza, we determined that the optimal model to move forward with is what we've dubbed the transition model, which begins operating under the aforementioned urban farm model and transitions into a communal model as interest and involvement in the Pittsfield community grows over time.
So what we found when we were completing this project is that really rural communities are not well represented in the existing literature on community gardens, which creates a challenge for communities that are trying to engage with their designation as a food desert. And what we are hoping to do is by providing this work to not only fill the gap for our client, but also for other rural communities that are hoping to create community gardens, specifically emphasizing that rather than they use the model that we've created, that they actually engage with the process that we've been doing through research, regular interviews, and specifically a process marked by strong community partnerships, such as the academic partnership Jack's Pizza has with UNH, or the position that Jack's Pizza holds as sort of a community stronghold as they have been operating in Pittsfield for many years.
So our initial next step with the Jack's team would be to construct a budget plan for the community garden to allow Jack's to financially plan for the actual startup of this garden. Secondly, we would like to provide Jack's Pizza with some future physical gardening structures. They've shown a lot of interest in high tunnels. They currently have a geodesic dome, but they're always looking for expansion in the future. And thirdly, we'd like to flesh out this transition a little bit more, figure out what the committees will look like, how to properly engage stakeholders in the community, and maybe give them a timetable or a possible calendar of what this would all look like. To conclude, we'd just like to say thank you, Dr. Woodman, for a great semester, and we'd like to thank the URC for allowing us to present our research. Thank you.